everyone. Whee! Alright, 1 second. There we go. I had to make sure I had audio for myself and it doesn't double, as always. Okay, we're on the 12th of summer. And we have a farm that needs a makeover. Which I don't know that I'm gonna do a full makeover today, but like, we definitely need it to function. Because it does not as much as I'd like it to. Nice. Oh boy. We also did unlock the mines, last time. The big mines, the gold mines, which is great. Which means we can work toward having some actual gold tools at some point, hopefully. That's right. I need to, that's part of the reason why I need to beautify my farm, is because I put my well behind the horse, which is not a good place for it. But I'm kind of 50-50 on whether I'm even gonna keep the fields over here. I think it would be smart to move them somewhere else. But where? Because we moved the animals to like the southern half of the second zone. Which is a good place for them because there's a lot of them. Or there will be a lot of them. At a certain point. Oh, close. Man, I cannot wait for the update where they're gonna let me put multiple things in these makers and walk away. Boy, that is going to increase the QOL by a lot. Like a lot. I am... Ooh! I've got some shrooms! Did I get a spore maker? I don't think I did. No. So I have to sell these shrooms. But mushrooms are expensive, so we love them. Which means, oh, we should definitely make a mushroom farm. Oh, good lord, look at all these. Look at all this. This is a disaster. No. Oh, good god. Get these trees out of here. Man. I leave this farm for a little while and it looks like I've been gone for months. Ugh. I know there's nowhere else for these things to grow, but... no. Can we get all three? We sure can. Hell yeah. But we can't get all three of these, sad. There we go. Alright. Let's get you good milk. Thank you, thank you. Make sure I pet you. Good cow. Good sheep. Good alpaca. Good cheeky chick. And good other cheeky chick. And it is a Thursday. So we will not be able to donate things to the museum. Therefore, we will not be going to the museum. Will not drain those puddles because it's just a bad timing. Okay. Put you away. Wouldn't it make sense to put these in here as well? Part of the beautification I need to do is sorting these chests and putting them in places that make sense. I'll at least put that in there. Because these chests right now are a clusterfuck. Do I have any peppers? I don't think I have any peppers in my fridge, but if there is, I will be surprised. There is not, so I'm not surprised. I will take this oregano out and put some peppers in. There we go. Why do I have oregano in my fridge anyway? There we go. Okay. Here's what I want. I want to get the gold bars to make the gold tools. I believe that they require, let me actually double check because I believe they require the supple lumber? And if that's the case, that's a bit of an issue because we don't really have that much, if I recall correctly. This is not the wrong store. It is the wrong store, actually. Oh! Part of what we were thinking about doing was getting a house. A bigger house. That's also a thing. Hey. Yeah, they need the supple lumber brick. Okay, and they need 10. Okay, well. But I can upgrade the watering can without the lumber. So there's that. What did you need, sir?
Hello.
30,000 gold. That's right. That is right. We do have enough. Oh yes, we were trying to get enough solid lumber to build a house. I believe. 30, 30, 30, and 30. Let me double check that we have all those materials. Gosh, I lose my way so easily. Hello, guys. Oh, right, the summer jamboree is coming up. Which is indeed a thing. Hmm. Okay, checking the chests. 60, 30, 30, 30. Yeah, okay. We will have enough for tomorrow. We will have enough to upgrade our house tomorrow, so to speak. Oh. Yeah, what I was gonna do if I... My plan B was to actually buy, like, a ton of mushroom logs to just make a bunch of money, but if we're saving up for a house, then I don't think we can do that at this juncture. I do, however, want to buy more spores. I'm so good at, like, you know, having a task and then going to do it. Hello!
Hi.
please let me purchase some coral seeds from you? Thank you. Coral spores. Thank you very much. Oh yes, the diamonds. Now it's all coming back to me. It is all flooding back to me. There we go. Okay. Now I want to go over here and destroy these. Die. There we go. We will allow no more trees. Can I get rid of you before I've drained you? No, I cannot. That's unfortunate. Then you will have to be allowed to stay. But only until such a time that the museum is open. Because I don't want to carry around those just dang pouches that take up a single space in your inventory. Oh god, that thing is still going. And you are tough grass and durable lumber. I might as well just start clearing out over here, right? For the flexible grass? Or the tough grass, rather? Yeah, let's start over here. So I'm thinking that up here would be a better place for our actual crops. So because there's just a lot of space up here, so we won't really run out of room to put a lot of crops here. Which is my main concern, is running out of room. Because on in the area by our house, there's really just not much you can do about the space allotment there. So that's kind of a better place for like smaller areas of things that you want to do, like your bees or your mushrooms or your makers. But I also want to make sure that I have a good maker zone. Because, you know, makers are the bread and butter of this game. I should double check what my photos look like. Okay, so I did get the bugs. We're all good. Did I turn them in, however? Probably not. There's also one more rare bug that spawns over here, I believe. But if it's not there, it's not there. I will not push. And then... have we worked with durable lumber yet? I don't think we've actually really done a lot of chopping in that third area. Ooh. Might as well, right? Start making some of these cloths. I didn't actually intend to do that, but I might as well, right? Yeah. No, okay, so we won't actually... Actually, wait. Hold on. I will have enough to buy a house tomorrow. However, is tomorrow the Summer Jamboree? It's not. Okay, so I will have enough money to upgrade my house tomorrow. Because of the diamond. Which will give us enough room for a bigger fridge, which, dear lord, we desperately need. And I actually do want to make sure that I get all of these squared away. It actually just... Usually, it doesn't really bother me aesthetically, but it really grinds my gears that it slows me down when I'm wandering around. And besides, it brings up our reaping skill, and only good things can come from that, right? There we go. Speaking of there we go, let's get these out of here. Whoop. Boy, that was a lot. You can make the grass grow over here all you want. I don't have a problem with any of that. The grass can grow freely in places that I don't need to regularly get through. Aha, there goes the diamond. There we go. And that's the last push that we need to get our house. Our house, and then... maybe if we're lucky, which we're probably not. We could also have enough for, stuff, you know, things. We can also have enough for... I'm trying to make my brain not flatline. Upgrading the tools. Because if I recall, it's pretty expensive. Although, if I actually recall... Hey, Ori. Please ignore the sickle in my hand. It's like 20,000, right? Muscles. I could go get those. Oh, good lord. Okay. I didn't realize that it had been so long since I accepted these. Well, that increases our chances of having enough for 2 things tomorrow. Hello, child. Hello, other child. You know what, Trio of Towns had that I wish that this game had? Was, in Trio of Towns, you could, like, run past people in town and without actually having to stop and talk to them, you could just kind of wave and be like, hey, and they would say hi back. And, like, your friendship would go up because, like, it would kind of count as talking to them for the day. And that was really helpful because I don't like stopping to say hi to people all the time. So I tend to just kind of like run past them. But like, I understand it's more personal to, like, stop and say hi, and that's what makes the friendship go up, but, like, it's a real quality of life of being, like, just being able to be, like, wave and run by, because I'm always so busy when I'm going into town, and the clock is always running. So I feel like I'm always racing against time. Even though I'm really not. And there's only like certain days where I go and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a social day. Like, go out with a bunch of gifts and start gifting everybody. But man, there are always like a handful of people that I miss all the time because they're in stores that I don't frequent. You know, like, in my main game, the people who like me the least are the people like in the grocery store. And poor Laura over, you know, by her tourist desk, they don't visit her that often. Because, like, why would I do that? Okay. And so, like, the people that I don't pass by and the people that I don't, like, see on a regular basis always end up, like, not being as friendly with me. Which is, like, fair. Oh, more rain. Yes, I need this. I need 20. There we go. Yeah, okay, yeah, no. that's why I need that house. That's why I was so desperate for it, because yeah, that's a lot of stuff that I need to put into the thing. Alright. Corn. Oh, corn. Okay, we're gonna put the corn, and then we're going to put the rest of this. Because I do just want to have, like, a decent amount of everything. Okay, there we go. Now we're back to silver. Which is perfectly okay. We definitely need that 30 silver today. And the 30... and I guess 5 from here. And then 30 from the regular logs. And then we can have our insta-cabin. Hello animals, how are you doing? Oh, my cow. That's a good casserole. That's a good Gregory. That's a good Pacha. And you know, you get your pets too. There we go. Hi, Chicky Chickens. How you doing? There we go. And for you too, Arrow. Oh. Okay. 1 milk. 2 eggs. Go. That's all we need. And then we can run okay. We can get these now because the museum is open. And I don't mind waiting for them to go away till the next morning because the cows aren't running around right now. However, I do want to get rid of that tree before it becomes a tree. So if I'm already gonna have my hammer out. I already failed to get rid of that tree before it became a tree. That's right. I have a silo, but I'm not using it. There's kind of a reason for that. Okay, you get out of here. You get out of here. Okay. So now we go buy a house. I'll leave my horsey behind. Nice shot. Very good shot of the lightning. Okay. First things first. Hello, sir. I would like a house, please. That's not what I wanted. Okay, actually, let me real quick look at these. Stable, 1,500. Mushroom logs, 2,500. That's weird. Am I? Oh, okay, no, I'm thinking about something else. And then the silage is also something I want. That's 12,000. 20 bricks. Okay. I have some ideas of what to do. There's my house. Look at that. It's beautiful. Yay! Okay, so now we have 1,700. So 17,000 rather. How many bricks do I have? Okay, so I have... I'm gonna bring 20 bricks with me. Because I have thoughts. Are they good or smart thoughts? I don't know. We will find out. It all depends on how much money it costs to upgrade things.
Hey.
Hello, sir? 20,000, that's what I thought. Okay, well, and I'm gonna give up on that immediately. Okay, hello.
Hello.
I would like... Well, now I'm having second thoughts. A big coop would be good. So I could be breeding my birds. Can we do that? Is that something we can afford? Because that'll cost less. Yeah, it'll cost less. And that'll allow us to more easily save up for the golden tools. We do not have a lot of silver right now. I guess it would be a better idea to get silage. Because I would like to start breeding my animals. I don't think you can do that in the regular coop. I could check, though. Or do I even have the ability to do that yet? Chicken? Yeah, but there's no... Yeah, it has to be big. So I guess I'm just gonna have to wait until I have enough money to do that. Kinda sucks. So let's just get a silence. And then... Okay, so it's gonna be 60-60 and 100,000 gold. By the time we have 100,000 gold, we should be able to afford it materials-wise. That's not a guarantee, don't quote me on that. Hello, madame. Please appraise my things. And give me some things that I can give to you, my darling. And, you know, hopefully extra rare things that I can give to other people in the museum. Because, you know, if I'm getting it good with Reyna, I might as well get it good with everyone else. Of course, a bunch of cloth. Boy. Okay, so nothing new. Which I don't think that there is ever gonna be anything new. Here is your weird whale stomach thing. Yeah, you're welcome.
Wow.
And here's this. And Beth, my sweet darling, here you go. So... Reyna's getting pretty up there, isn't she? I've been ignoring everybody else. Oh, these poor people. People at the museum are like, it's weird, she only ever talks to us. Hello, Mayor. Oysters for Iori, I guess. A houseplant? Oh, that's lovely. Okay. I'm thinking about sprinklers, not these sprinklers. I think that these are too expensive for what they do. At least for now. I'm thinking about when do I get the high quality sprinklers. Because those are going to make my life much easier, much faster. And we don't really need the solid lumber anymore, so how about we switch to the supple? Since we're gonna be needing the supple. We're gonna need the supple for tool purposes. That's what I wanted to say. Ah. gonna put the thing in my house, but if I'm going to put the thing in my house, then I may as well put all of these things in my house too. Also grab this. So I'm gonna grab 80 of these? Yeah. Okay. There we go. And now there's so many more things I can make. Oh, I forgot to do the thing that I went into the house to do, which is put the plant somewhere. Whoop, there you go. Very pretty. And then we can go put the silage down where it belongs. Which is down here. Down here. Down here. Down here. Down here. Like right there. Heck yeah. And then we put that in there. And we're gonna put that in there. Just so we have it. Okay. I am having thoughts, but they're not fully a thing yet. Down here. I think I want to change my roads to wooden, which will require a lot of actual wood. So, usually I ignore these trees, but I'm going to start on ignoring them. Especially since I'm probably going to start at some point getting a bunch of these mushroom logs going. Although I'm not convinced that I'm going to be putting the mushroom logs all there. I might make this area where I'm standing the place for our bees. But I'm also having thoughts about making the other place a place for our bees, because this could just be a very, very large orchard. However, I'm not 100% sure on that. The problem with making it an orchard is that if we change our minds, we cannot go back on that. I mean, we can. It'll just be a huge pain in the ass to move an entire orchard. So, but like, I don't know if our bee area needs to be that big either. So basically, here's what I'm thinking. This area is too small to really be anything. It could be our mushroom log area. It could just be a place where I allow trees to grow. I am definitely moving our makers from over here to somewhere else. This area is a big, large area that I have no idea what to do with. I think I'm probably gonna move our, like, I'm gonna put most of our animal makers down here, is the thought. But I'm not 110% on that. Because that's where our silos are gonna be here as well. So, if I make this area, I could make this whole area animal product makers. And then this whole area up here would be free for other things. It might make a good makerspace because of like just regular makerspace. And then in that case it would also end up being a big storage area as well. But if that's the case, you know, actually, I don't know that I love that idea, because what we could do, the point is, okay, so the thoughts that I'm having, the doubts that I'm having, is that I kind of want our storage to be in a place where I can come back on the farm. Like, if I am out on the town, and I'm like, oh crap, I forgot this thing, which I do all the time. I don't want to run halfway across my farm to... Oh. That's not what I wanted. I don't want to run, like, all the way across my farm because I forgot a thing at some point. I'm not enacting it, like, any of these ideas yet. I'm just kind of having them in my brain. So, I would kind of want our storage area to be over here, where our farm is. So that would make this an ideal area for a makerspace. However, you know, because I also don't want to, like, run back and forth. Or we could make this into a makerspace. But that means our orchard could only come out so far. And we've already got a big makerspace over here. So, man, God, makers take up so much fucking room. You know? That's my problem. Is that they take up so much goddamn room. They're so space consuming. So if we make this whole area into a makerspace, I don't know that there's enough room for it. However, we could space out the makers so that they, like we could have some over here and some over here. Man. Organizing farms really sucks. Okay, so let's just start with the wooden road. Let's just start with the road. How about we just give that a start? We'll just start clearing away this road and start putting down this road. I just like the aesthetics of the wooden road a little bit better. Not that the stone road is bad, it's just, I don't know. It goes well with your farm if you have a mostly stone farm. But I'm mostly having wooden fences. Man, if any of you have ever been on my YouTube channel for, like, any period of time and have watched me play my Sims games and, like, watched me build anything, like, you get it. You get how I am. You get who I am. You know the kind of individual. You know how my brain works in the capacity that it doesn't. And that I will change my mind literally every 2 seconds. Or something that I thought looked good, I like, come back to it, like, 2 days later. I'm like, this is the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life, and what on earth was I thinking? Come on, I'm pressing B. I'm pressing B, and then I start to press a different button in case that B was not the correct button, but B was in fact the correct button. It's just, it doesn't like when my cuticle is on it, but my character is not facing it. So, like, cuticle really means nothing in this specific case. I still have to find a place for my horse, because my horse doesn't really have a place. And of course, because of the nature of the way I have my farm set up right now, I can't actually move everything until my crops are in a place where I can do that. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know about anything. So I might use these stone roads around the area that I want to have my, my farm. But I also have to be careful about how I put down my farm, because once I actually have sprinklers, I want to be able to have it in a good way so that the sprinklers will work correctly. So I don't want to be too, like, gung-ho about beautifying and changing up my farm in a way that won't be functional later. See, like, I'm kind of like... I was playing Minecraft this morning, and I'm starting to feel like my Minecraft self and my Story of Season self are kind of the same, because when I start out in Minecraft, I will have, like, I will make a thing, and I will kind of throw everything in a chest. And then later on, I will organize my chests, but, like, it'll take me a while to get to the point where I organize a chest. So it's like early on in Minecraft, I'm a disaster. And right now I'm still kind of in the disaster phase in this Story of Seasons playthrough. I am, like, everything's kind of everywhere. My chests aren't really that organized. My farm is just kind of a mess. And I haven't gotten around to really beautifying any of it. But I'm still kind of... The problem with how little space that we get, and how much space these makers take up, is that you really have to plan out your farm. But it's hard to do because there are a lot of weird angles. Which is, I mean, which makes sense because of, like, the natural, like, landscape. Because, you know, if you really want to have a farm that's, you know, you have pioneered and is from nature, like, it's not gonna be all right angles and, like, perfect squares. However, the things that you make are kinda squares. Like, all my makers are square-shaped. So I have to, like, maximize this area that was not meant for being a natural shape. It's food! Thank you, I love you and also appreciate your face, and you are also great. Huh? Oh, it's 2 AM! I'm like, wait, I have plenty of stamina left. Oh boy. Of course I passed out because it was too late. That's what happens when I beautify my farm. But thank you for your 5 months, Fu. Wow, that's a lot of months. Fu, did you know that's a lot of months? I get so caught up when I'm, like, actually doing the beautification, like, with I hyperfixate, and then suddenly I passed out. It is a lot of months. That's almost half a year. Oh! Ooh! Hell yeah! Pineapples! Although I'm not gonna be able to sell these because... Oh, and it's the Jamboree today! God damn it, I can't even just... Oh, yeah. Also, yes, not compared to the years we've known each other, for sure. Even 5 years is like, not even close to how long we've known each other. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was really excited to see the pineapples until I realized that, first of all, I have to save these pineapples, so I'm not actually selling them. And then I can't actually buy pineapple seeds because it's the fucking summer jamboree. Ugh. That makes me the sads. Oh, kitty! I have a treat for you! Please get it out of my inventory. Here you go, kitty. That's a good cat. Actually, I just upgraded my house, which means I can get you a new companion. I can get you a friendo. Should we get a dog or another cat? I wonder. I mean, personally, I'd probably go for another cat, but I also like dogs. Oh god, Fu, I've been... You're gonna roll your eyes at me because, you know me, but I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV because whenever I'm not playing World of Warcraft, and I refuse to play World of Warcraft because of the, like, just awful shit that is going on around World of Warcraft, I always try to find an MMO that, like, fills the Warcraft-shaped hole in my heart. And, so I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you, the early game in Final Fantasy XIV is god-awful. It is very, very hard to get into it. But I've been hearing so many good, like, I hear so many good things about it that I'm like, well, there has to be something I have tried, I mean, I have ESO. Here's the problem I have with ESO, and this is entirely a problem that, oh, no, I don't want to do that. This is entirely a problem with, like, I don't think it's fixable. ESO takes up so much space on your computer, and it takes so long to download. Like, so long. So it takes like, last time I had it on my computer, it took up like a couple hundred gig, which is egregious. And every time I tried to load up the game and there was an update, it would take 2 hours to update. And I'm like, that's not acceptable. Like, I can't play a game like that. So yes, I've sort of kind of tried to play ESO. Have I succeeded in playing ESO? No. It's just a little bit egregious. The download times. And takes up a lot of space. 96 gigabytes, that's still a lot of fucking gigabytes, my dude. To be fair, I have not checked. I haven't checked what Final Fantasy XIV is doing to my computer either. So, yeah, I mean, WoW was a lot too, but there is this. The thing is that if it had taken up so much space, yeah. And the melon, yeah. So if ESO took up that much space, but downloaded fast, fine. But it's kind of the combination of those two things that made me be like, ESO, you cannot do this to me. You know? So, and like, there's something about, like, I don't know, I just didn't get as into the storyline. So, you know me, I'm a lore person. I like lore. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's newer than WoW. It's definitely not a new game, but it's newer than WoW. What am I doing? I need to check on my I have to actually check on my animals before I go to the jamboree. And actually what I'm liking about Final Fantasy XIV so far is that the graphics are not stellar. But they look good. Like, basically, if you look at anything too hard, they look like shit. But if you look at it kind of like all together, it looks really good. What am I doing going in here? Kind of the Lord of the Rings Online effect, except like higher graphics than that. You know? Are you talking about you've only played about an hour of ESO? And then I'll just plop the rest of this in here. ESO, yeah, okay. So I did make the mistake, however, of I made the mistake of actually buying the game of of Final Fantasy XIV, which if you buy the game, it forces you to buy a subscription. But if you download the trial, then you can play until level 60 without having to buy the game or pay for a subscription. So, that was a mistake that I made. What on earth is that? Have I just never seen this before? I'm sorry, like, have I just never seen this? What is happening here? I think whenever I had this tree, it was always kind of behind the other trees, but now that I'm looking at this, like, what is going on? I'm gonna cease to look at this. Please, yeah, I think we're gonna stop looking at that and stop and like not comment. We're gonna just pretend like that's not a thing. I think it's time for the summer jamboree. I think we're gonna go to the jamboree and we're gonna have a grand old time. We're going to jam those berries. Oh, the summer jamboree is finally here. I've been looking forward to this. You're sure to get a kick out of this event, don't you, Manuela? Why wouldn't I? What better way to see everyone in tower get to show off their true power? Tell that to Jason. It takes him everything he's got to pick up just an empty barrel. Now, Sally, Jason might not be the most brawny guy around, but you're lucky to have such a stand-up husband like him. Oh, hola, Queen. Are you looking for the main event in the Jamboree? The Hammer Strike is where the action is. If you're game enough for it, just let me know. Will do. Yes, thanks. I would like to talk to people. Hello. Easy way to make friends. Also, like, here's a do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. But, if you're ever playing this game, come to these events with presents for everyone. Because everyone's in the same place. And you can give them gifts. So I don't even have a gift for my girlfriend. She wouldn't like any of these. But, if you come here with a lot of gifts, then you could just really easily bring up the relationship with a lot of people here. It helps if you have like a big harvest and like you just give out a shit ton of potatoes or something. Because potatoes just don't cost that much to sell. Oh, I don't wanna do that yet. This is what I get for going clockwise. I almost always like accidentally start the thing early. I'm like going around talking to people and they're like saying shit and I'm like, yep, whatever, yep, sure. Looking at the reviews for Final Fantasy XIV.
Ah.
17,000 hours in the game. Holy shit. Well, I mean, a person with 17,000 hours into the game is probably a person you can trust that their review is accurate. Maybe? But, like, I've been enjoying, okay, so, like, I say enjoying, but, like, I've been, it's okay, yes, that's funny. That's funny as hell. That's super funny. So I've recently been enjoying the game. When I first started playing Final Fantasy XIV, I didn't like it at all because there's just a lot to know. But then, like, once I started to get the hang of it, I started to really like how the mechanics are. Okay. Because here's the thing that I actually kind of enjoy. When you can basically be every class. Ah, just under it. Damn it. Oh, no, I got it. Hell yeah. So, yeah, you can basically be any class on the same character. And you can do basically every, like, crafting thing on every character, on, like, the same character. But the weird thing is that classes and, like, crafting work basically the same. In that when you want to become a different class, you just equip the weapon that's associated with that class. Hell yeah. I'm so good at this. I say, I'm gonna totally fuck up this next one. What did I say? Anyway, when you when you change classes, all you have to do is like change your weapon and it turn into that class. But the same kind of applies to like your crafting. So like, you know, if I want to be like, if I want to do like the chef, like if I want to do cooking, I just have to equip a frying pan and then suddenly I'm a cook instead of whatever class I was before. So like it kind of changes your entire character. And like you can equip gear that is for cooks. It's very strange, but it's an interesting way to do classes. This is a really easy round 3. Compared to the round 3s that I've done in my other game, this is like a super easy one. There yes, there is an archer class. Which I know that you'd be interested. I fucking wrecked these people. I was talking about Final Fantasy XIV and I destroyed them. I usually come up, like, in the Summer Jamboree, I usually come up, like, right, like underneath other people. Like, maybe score 10 points higher than everyone else by the end. I fucking wrecked all of them. I destroyed every single one of you. Y'all suck. Ralph, what's up? Clemens? You suck. Marcos, what were you even doing? Y'all got wrecked by this farmer. Who will you play Final Fantasy XIV with me? Because that's always the problem with the MMOs, is that, like, there's two problems I have with MMOs. Is number one, if it forces you to play with somebody, like, if it forces you to play with people, I hate that, because I love solo play. The second one is if no one I play plays it, because I also like playing with people I like. So, it's totally contradictory. Well, if you decide to download it, I can also play with you. I can go anywhere in the world now, so I could just go to wherever you are and play as a class that, like, I just haven't started leveling up yet. Foo. Did you actually buy it? Because it may, like, when you try to make sure that you do okay, don't, okay, when you make sure that you're on the trial, because I was saying before that if you buy it, it'll force you to you'll deal with the sub later. You sure? Okay. Because, like, you can play for free up until level 60. Which will save you a lot of money. Okay, I mean, that's great. Because, yeah, like, I think it might help if like you started playing with me instead of somebody who has been playing it for a long time, because I started playing with someone who was on a different data center, so they actually had to start a brand new character to play with me. So, like, you know, he wasn't ever gonna be on when I was on, but, like, if you start playing with me instead of someone who's playing a long time, like, someone who's been playing a long time, like they're like, oh yeah, these are these, and you can do them, and they don't ever explain to you what they're for or why you should do them. So, like, so here's a funny thing. When I was thinking about getting back into Final Fantasy XIV, I was like, okay, so I need to get back into it, but I need to, like, watch one of those YouTube videos that's, like, for beginners, you know? So I can get, like, the tips and tricks that beginners actually need to know. But again, the people who write these are people who have been playing Final Fantasy XIV for, like, forever. So they always kind of tell you what to do, but not really what the function of everything is. And so I'm like, what level of beginner am I? Like, what level of beginners YouTube videos do I need to be looking at in order to actually understand what I'm supposed to be doing in this game? And I finally found one that was an hour long, that was like, here's literally everything, like everything. Basically, he was talking to his audience like they had literally never played an MMO before in their life. Like, it starts with, like, use WASD to move, and, like, but, like, the detail that he went into was the level of detail that I needed. So I'm, like, starting to learn that I am literally, like, baby class. I need to be held with baby hands in order to understand what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. Especially since, like, most of the things in the game, like, and to be fair, I hate it when MMOs do this. Like, they're like, oh, it's not guilds, it's I don't even remember what the fuck their guild system is called. Like, oh, it's not guilds, it's like free companies or some shit. And to be also fair, I hated it when Lord of the Rings Online did this too, where it's like, oh, you're not in a party, you're in a fellowship. And it's like, dude, it's a party. Just call it a party. Like, you're not making this any easier on people who play MMOs. Like, when you try to be, I understand, like, wanting to be, like, to differentiate yourself from other MMOs, but there's a reason why there's standards. Like, a standard for a game, because, like, you want people to be able to pick up your game after playing some other game and kind of have it translate. But, like, once you find out what things are equivalent to, then it kind of starts to fall into place. Which is why I was, like, I'm saying, like, the early game is absolute garbage, because you're just sitting there like, okay, so what is everything, because there is so much to look at. Right, yeah, like, cause okay, so let's talk about comparisons in relation to this game. This game is related. A lot of people who start playing this game, who, if asked what this game is, they'll be like, well, it's a lot like Stardew Valley. But Stardew Valley was based off of this game. So if someone asked what Stardew Valley is, they'd be like, it's like Harvest Moon, or it's like Story of Seasons. You know, like what Harvest Moon being what Story of Seasons used to be. So it's like, they're not each other. They are their own games. If you try to say that this actually is Stardew Valley, and people came into it, they would be like confused by the things that are not Stardew Valley like, because they are not looking at it from a perspective of somebody's been playing the Story of Seasons game. They're looking at the perspective of somebody who's expecting it to be Stardew Valley. And it's not Stardew Valley, it is a Story of Seasons game. It has come from a long line of, oh Jesus Christ, it is a typhoon. It's come from a very, very long legacy of games, and a lot of things that happen in this game are from that legacy of games. So you would be very confused if you, like, weren't really familiar with it, or, like, and you were expecting it to be basically just a Stardew Valley clone. But it does take a lot of things from Stardew Valley, which you like that, you like and want that comparison, because Stardew Valley is a very popular game, and you want people to be able to pick up playing this game from Stardew Valley. What is going on with this tree? What do you even turn into? I'm confused. I don't even know what that tree, like, I have been playing this, I've been playing this game for several hours, and I have a whole nother save, and I don't actually know what that tree is for. Is that the banana tree? No, is this a plantain tree? Is that what that is? I'm so confused. Anyway, no, I don't think there is a passion fruit tree. And even if there was, I couldn't get it this early. Is that bananas? Hi, Ziva. Thank you for saving my life. It looks so very confusing. I've never seen that tree in my life. Anyway, back to what I was saying before, is essentially, like, if you want somebody to relate your game to something else, like, if you want to be like, oh, this game is like X game, you want it to be a game that's a good game, you know? But you also want it to be judged as its own game. So it has to be its own game enough to be its own game, but also to be related to games that are better than you. If that makes sense. So, basically, what I'm trying to say with all of this is, Final Fantasy XIV wants to be its own game, and that's great. However, it's very unique, and it does a lot of its own thing, but it gets into this dangerous place of being too unique, where it's unrecognizable from an MMO, you know? And it's not unrecognizable from an MMO, it takes a lot of things from MMOs. but it gets really close to being unrecognizable. Like, close enough to be a problem. I'm just gonna do solid logs because, like, why not? Exactly. Like, there's actually no point. At this point, like, in this day and age, it is pointless to try to be original. Because it's better to, like, yeah, like, whatever you are making has been made by someone else, and probably better. So, like, the thing is that when someone makes a game now, you want to go and be like, okay, I want to make a game that is like the games that I enjoyed growing up. So, like, unique games don't really... I don't say that they don't really exist, but there is very little place for them. Because, like, if people cannot come into your game and kind of recognize what it is and what they're supposed to do, it won't be fun to play. You know, the fun of games growing up was discovering what it is and what it's about. And, like, how to play it, and, like, if there's secret levels or, like, that kind of stuff. But that's not really what people enjoy in games anymore. And that's not a criticism of society. That's just a fact of life. I, myself, used to love exploring games and figuring out what it was all about and finding out if there were secrets and, you know, hearing from my friends, you know, the duplication glitch in Pokemon Silver, Silver and Gold. But the thing is that if I were to play a game that was like that didn't really tell me what it was or how to play it, I wouldn't really be interested in learning to play it if I could just play a different game that I knew how to play and didn't really have that much of a barrier. Because it stopped being like, okay, it's fun to try and figure out how to play this game, and now it's, okay, this game is a barrier that I have to overcome. And that's not fun, really. Not anymore. Not to me. Someone else might enjoy it, but definitely not me. Yeah, there are some real creepers in this game. They like to post pictures of Reina and her thighs. Or try to upskirt her. So, like, that was kind of the failing of the early game of Final Fantasy, is that, like, I actually needed to look up a YouTube tutorial on how to play the game as a beginner, because, you know, just by virtue of, like, I can't figure it out. So, like, I don't like feeling like I'm an idiot for not understanding it the first time, being like, oh, this game is too sophisticated for you, you just don't understand. That's actually the biggest gripe I have against Monster Hunter, is because, god damn, I could not figure out how to play that game. And I get the premise of the game. The premise of the game is monster terrorizing town, kill monster, make clothes out of monster parts. Like, I know, Ziva. It's just it's why we can't have nice things. Like, there's a lot of really cool, like, fun, cute pictures that people take, and then there are, like, the creep shots, and you're just like, please. I wish there was a way to report the pictures. Uh, anyway, but the point was is that Monster Hunter, like, there's something about the way that it's done. It's just a little bit too complicated for me. And that's fine. And I love the people who play Monster Hunter. I watch people play Monster Hunter all the time. Monster Hunter is a really cool game. And it has a really cool community, too, that aren't at all, like, superior, you know, that don't think you're superior just because they know how to play the game. But, like, the game isn't fun for me because it gets to a point where, I just have no idea what's going on, and I'm not having fun trying to figure out what is going on. And I never like getting to that point. So, it's definitely like a change of how video games are played and received nowadays. And no way is the wrong way to play. But I went on all of this tangent because, if you're trying to make it, okay. The point is that Final Fantasy is trying to make an MMO. And they did. It's a very well-received MMO. There are tons of people playing it. It probably has more players than WoW at this point. However, I don't know. Okay, so they're trying to make an MMO. Therefore, they should kind of stick to the standards of what is expected of an MMO. Still keep the things that are fun and unique about the game, because there are things that are fun and unique about Final Fantasy XIV. Just, it's not the things that are renamed to something unique. You know, it's things that are absolutely like the things that are basically the same but done in a unique way. That are fun about Final Fantasy XIV, because like the stuff everyone says, and almost everyone agrees, that the late game, like the end game, is the most fun part, because things like raids and raid bosses are done in such a really awesome way. Oh, I totally missed that one. Like raids and raid bosses are done in such an awesome way that it makes the game super fun to play. And that's great. And that's something that's unique that they should absolutely hold on to. But if you're not sticking to the standards that make an MMO an MMO, then it's really difficult to make a good MMO. If that makes sense. And again, I'm not ever saying that it's a bad MMO. I was just talking about how I enjoy playing it. That I'm having fun. But, like, I don't know. I think I lost my point somewhere. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe the people who follow me at this point, like, people who are watching actually understand what I say at this point, because, like, y'all still listen to me ramble about this shit. If you could follow my ADHD brain ramblings, then I honestly commend you at this point. And, you know, again, Fu is most familiar, like, with them than anyone else. Okay, I was fishing, I just started fishing just to fish for one fish, so I could make some fish to give to Emilio, but I have made it into a fishing journey because I had to rant. Oh yeah, you are. I know you are. Okay, let's put these in the fridge. But let's make some grilled fish with this one. Yeah. Great. And then we'll go give this to Emilio. Okay. Selling one of these. This. Not that. I don't know how many of these I've actually, like, donated. So I'm just going to keep these just in case I haven't donated them. I know I've donated that. This thing, so I could just sell. Yes, God. The funny thing is that I'm looking forward so much to the Maker. The new, like, the Maker, the DLC. The update, that I'm just kind of like... I want to wait until, like, it's out until I play more. So, I've literally just been talking and thinking about Final Fantasy this whole time, so I may actually end the stream early and, like, just hop on Discord and play Final Fantasy 14 for a hot minute. So, like, I mean, not that I don't want to play this game. I do, like, I love Story of Seasons, and I want to... I will take this playthrough until I marry Reina, or at the very least, or get it to the end game. And by the time that we actually get there, the DLCs are probably going to be out. And I am so looking forward to showing you guys those. But, man. I'm in a really distractive headspace right now. Like, I love Story of Seasons, man, but, I really just want to wait for I really want to wait for the update to come out to play more of it. Because, like, the problem is that I wanted to do, like this stream to be, like, a beautification stream for the farm, but I keep thinking that the beautification that I want to do to the farm is really hard because, I need to know what to do with the makers, and I don't really know how the update to the makers is going to work, so I don't know if I'm going to need fewer of them. Because I'm thinking that the area that I'm going to need for the makers is going to need to be big, because it is in my other game. But the way that the makers work is going to be different. So, I don't know. How different is it going to be? Start your game over. Ooh. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. I think I'm probably gonna keep my game the way it is. But just kind of, like, reset what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Kind of rearrange things. I mean, what I will say is the time that I know I'm going to start my game over is, when I'm allowed to marry Rhaegar. I will I will start my game over in a heartbeat when that man comes out. Because he was my favorite bachelor. Like, hands down. Hands down my favorite bachelor. I would not trade anything in the world for a chance to marry him in a different game. He's just so nice. He is just a very sweet, nice guy. And that's like all I can say about him, because it's just, he was. He was very sweet, he was very nice, and he was great. And I had gotten to a point where every time I, like, God, Food knows about this. Every time, like, especially in things like Dragon Age, the first guy that I pick is always an asshole. And, like, he's always an asshole, and he dumps me. So it was like the first bachelor I pick is always the worst one, because the ones that I'm attracted to are usually always the worst. So, this was the first time where I chose Rhaegar first out of everyone in that game, and he turned out to be a good, nice dude. And it was the first time that ever happened. It was the first time that it ever happened to me. And I was so happy. I was so happy because, like, God, in Harvest Moon: A New Beginning, I can't remember what the dude's name was, but I ended up marrying the hairdresser, and good God, was that guy an ass. Like, just an ass. I could not stand him. But I married him anyway, because it was kind of like a sunken cost fallacy at that point. I'm like, well, you know, I guess I'm marrying this guy because I put so much time into it, but geez, was he a dick. I hated that guy. Anyway, now that I've bored you all with Final Fantasy talk, I'm gonna end the stream here and then go play that. I've been playing for an hour and a half. That's a decent stream time, right? Also, next stream is probably not gonna be Pixelmon. Wednesday is probably not gonna be Pixelmon. It is probably going to be something else. Might be Stardew. Might be something else. I don't know. There's a lot of games that are coming out that I just kind of want to play. But Wednesdays are like chill and or multiplayer streams, so we'll see what ends up actually being the thing and what I end up actually doing. And while we're at it, let's see who's up right now. Well, thank you to Ziva for coming. You're really great for coming to all these streams. Sorry for ending so early, but I'm so distracted. Let's go to him since he's playing the same game. Literally? Okay. I want you to know that I came into this guy's stream so I could copy paste his name. And it is giving me an ad for the Final Fantasy XIV trial. My dude, I already played the game. I was just talking about it.